My name is Isabella McDonald, and I'm here to talk to you about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. I want to bring attention to this issue because it's something that really sparked a passion in me for ocean conservation. First, I want to briefly describe why oceans are important. Aside from providing more than 1 million people with jobs and contributing largely to the world's economy, not to mention being the source of half of the food we consume, oceans are very important to our atmosphere. Over 50% of every breath we inhale comes from the ocean's plants. The ocean also absorbs more than 1/3 of the carbon dioxide we produce, keeping our air clean. If the oceans are not healthy, we cannot be healthy. One of the largest contributors to our oceans becoming unhealthy is the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. This is an area in the ocean where trash has accumulated. Contrary to popular belief, though, it isn't a literal island of trash in the middle of the ocean. A lot of it is floating under the surface or stuck on reefs. But scientists do believe that if all the trash were to be collected, it would be double the size of Texas. There are a few different patches, but this specific one, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, is located in the region between the west coast of the United States over to Japan. So where does it come from? Have you ever heard the saying, all drains lead to the ocean? Well, this is true. Most of the trash comes from humans being careless and not properly disposing of their waste. Even if you don't live by the ocean, your litter will find its way through sewage drains and rivers. A small percent of the trash comes from ships literally going out to the middle of the sea and dumping hundreds of thousands of pounds of garbage. This is something that happens more towards Japan. So if the oceans account for 75% of the Earth's surface, how does all the trash stay in one area? The garbage dumped between Japan and our west coast gets carried by a current and joins the North Pacific subtropical gyre. A gyre is a system of currents that flow in a circular motion. This particular gyre consists of 3 main currents: the California Current, the North Equilateral Current, and the Kuroshio Current. It also has the equilateral countercurrent, the Alaska Current, and the Oyashio Current feeding into it. 90% of the trash in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is plastic. Plastic is dangerous because it takes hundreds and thousands of years for it to go away. Since plastic was largely introduced at the start of the Second World War, that means that every piece of plastic ever produced still exists somewhere on this earth. Not only is plastic destroying coral reefs, which are very important ecosystems for our oceans, it's also being broken down by exposure to sunlight, creating microplastics. Microplastics are easily mistaken by hungry sea life for food, causing various species to eventually succumb to digestion problems. Plastics are harmful for us too. If you can recall, a few years ago, Nalgene, a large manufacturer of water bottles, was sued because it was discovered that the plastic they used had BPA, a known carcinogen. Now when you purchase a Nalgene, you'll notice a sticker claiming that it's BPA-free. Some plastics are also made using carcinogenic chemicals such as styrene, vinyl chloride, and dioxin. So how much plastic is really in the ocean? 8 million tons of plastic alone finds its way to the ocean annually. If we keep going at this rate, 155 million tons will have been dumped by 2025. With our oceans that dirty, they will not be able to produce as much oxygen or keep our air clean. Something must be done. There are things we can do every day to lessen the problem. Instead of using plastic sandwich bags, use Tupperware. Don't use plastic bags at the grocery store. Either bring a reusable bag or carry your items. Instead of repeatedly buying plastic water bottles, buy one that you can repeatedly refill. If you do use plastics, make sure to check the label and see that it's made with recyclable plastics. If it is, be sure to dispose of it properly. Spark conversations about this issue. Educate your peers, friends, and family about the issues our oceans are facing. Raise awareness, be conscious, and save our oceans.